at 6.
Eagle Eye has done a great job.
And welcome to Eagle Eye News at 6.
We are just having a great time here in Auburn, Alabama. The party is not over yet.
Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
Good evening and welcome to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Lucy Chapman.
And I'm Bryce Cothern. Thank you for joining us.
October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and with the recent phishing scams sent to hundreds of Auburn students, it's important to know how to identify and report scams to protect yourself and others. The phishing attempt was sent by email to Auburn student Sophia Weber in early October. The subject read, quote, Auburn IT support action required, and claimed her Auburn account would be terminated. The attached QR code linked to a form where Weber entered sensitive information, such as her password and student ID number. Her account was compromised and used to send a similar email to hundreds of other Auburn students. Auburn Information Technologies quickly responded by temporarily shutting down her account. We spoke with cybersecurity engineer Jim Weber about phishing scams and ways Auburn students can protect themselves from social engineering threats.
Phishing scams are a big thing everywhere, not just at Auburn, but all higher ed institutions, across businesses, everywhere. It affects everyone. Most phishing scams are blocked. We have a lot of processes and tools that protect everyone. So 90+% are blocked from even getting to your inbox, but some things still get through. And when they get through, that's where like everybody can help. There are things you can do to recognize phishing. There are 3 things I say, right? So if you get a message, is it unexpected, right? You're not expecting this message, that's a red flag. And if it's trying to make you feel something, like some sort of emotion, anxiety, or fear, or surprise, or shock, I mean, we've all seen scams like, hey, you got a tax bill, or you've got, one I'm seeing a lot lately is toll road. You missed a toll payment, and you have a bill to pay for that. So it's trying to give you some anxiety about it to get you to respond to it. And then the third thing I tell people to look for is it asking you to do something? And if you see something like that, report it as phishing. Don't fall for it. And if you recognize it and report it, you can help everybody else at Auburn. We have a fish tank. There's a short link for it. It's aub.ie/fish tank, and that's spelled PHISH. And on that, we post examples of phishing attempts and scams that come to Auburn people. So you can see like what's actually happening, what's being sent out there. Other resources, we have a cybersecurity page, and it has information about what you can do if you fall for scams, if somebody steals your data, if there's a data breach. So a lot of instances that can happen to you, we have resources out there that help you navigate that. And that's on our cybersecurity main page. It's aub.ie/cybersecurity. We will notify everybody who got affected by it. If we see that they clicked on a link or they got the email, and so they will get notified. This was a phishing attempt. If you followed the link or you clicked on anything or gave up your credentials, go ahead and change your password, and then we'll monitor for that.
Last Friday, October 17th, the Financial Management Association hosted their 8th annual Leadership Summit featuring Alabama Senator and former Auburn football coach Tommy Tuberville. 2 other panelists, Richard McPhail and Erwin Vandervoort, the CFO of Home Depot and RBC's Vice Chairman of Global Investment Banking, were also at the event. At 3:30 p.m., roughly 500 students associated with the College of Business and the FMA flooded into the conference room to listen to Senator Tuberville and the 2 other panelists in a 2-hour-long Q&A session.
You have to understand that you're going to get the blame and you're going to get the credit. And you got to put good people around you, okay? You can't do it by yourself.
Today we hosted the Financial Leadership Summit, where we had 3 incredible speakers come speak to over 500 students. It was an incredible opportunity for everybody involved. It is our annual event, flagship event, through the Financial Management Association, a program for students looking for careers on Wall Street.
Diwali, the Festival of Lights, brought music, dance, and traditional Indian food to the Plains this weekend. The Indian Students Association hosted the event and shared one of India's most celebrated traditions with the Auburn community. Diwali marks the beginning of the fiscal year in India. It symbolizes the victory of light over darkness, knowledge over ignorance, and good over evil. Auburn families and students came together on Sunday to celebrate the holiday. The event included traditional dances, music, and a candle lighting ceremony. One Auburn student says that having Diwali at Auburn gives her a chance to embrace her culture on campus.
I think having Diwali, like those types of events here on the campus, really help with like engaging the community together and just having the whole. So like there's so many different people and different cultures who showed up to the event. So I think that's really nice to like connect.
Last Friday, the Swing Dance Association hosted its weekly Friday night swing in the Jan Dempsey Art Center from 7 to 9 p.m. They began with a beginner lesson from 7 to 8, transitioning into a free dancing session from 8 to 9. The lesson was a continuation of a previous lesson on the Charleston, with basic steps being taught before allowing partners dancing with music. Next week, the group will meet and dance in Halloween costumes in addition to decorating the studio from 6 to 7 p.m.
A lot in a short amount of time, and all of the dancers were very welcoming and helpful. Even though I'm an old guy, I didn't feel awkward or anything at all.
I joined Swing because it sounded fun, and it's a good community that makes me feel like home. And as a transfer student, it just made me feel like I belong here.
Is encouraged as advanced lessons typically take multiple sessions. Lessons are free and no experience is required. When we come back, you'll get a weather update from Eagle Eye's Gavin Dimit. You're watching Eagle Eye News at 6.
Hi, I'm Gavin Dimit. Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6, and here's our weather outlook for this week on the plains. Time to get into the Halloween spirit because this weather will certainly give you the chills. If you are walking to class early in the morning or working in the lab late at night, you will need to bundle up. Tomorrow there will be a high of 63 and a low of 50. Boo. On Wednesday you can expect a high of 60 and a low of 50. Keep your eye out for some rain that day as well. On Thursday, we expect a high of 59 and a low of 46, and some brief sunshine. On Halloween, we expect it to be the nicest day of the week, with the sun coming out and a high of 64 and a low of 40. This weekend, you can expect partially cloudy skies with the sun trying to poke through. On Saturday, there will be a high of 66 and a low of 40. On Sunday, we expect a high of 67 and a low of 43. I think the biggest fright for this week is the weather feels like Christmas music and decorating is allowed to start on Saturday. Start taking down those spooky decorations and putting lights up to help out the dark nights because winter is coming. That's all we have for your weather update this week. When we come back, you will get your national news update back at the desk. From Eagle Eye News at 6, I am Gavin Dimit. See you next time, and War Eagle.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. A fraternity at Rutgers University in New Jersey is under fire.
Lights
after
now
a
out
hazing
for
incident
Alpha
last
Sigma
week
Phi
resulted
as
in
the
fraternity's national chapter shutting the Rutgers chapter down. Andrew Ramos has more.
Chapter announced Friday the fraternity will no longer have a presence at Rutgers University. It comes after what the fraternity confirmed was a disturbing hazing incident that took place at its house on College Avenue in New Brunswick last week that left a 19-year-old student critically injured.
And Greek life is pretty big here, so I'm pretty shocked.
While not giving specifics, the fraternity's president and CEO, Gordy Heminger, told CBS News New York in a statement that hazing did in fact occur last Wednesday evening, adding, any member involved directly or indirectly will be permanently expelled. We will continue to fully cooperate with the university and criminal investigations and hope the students involved face the maximum penalties allowed. The injured student in this case, officials say, is no longer in critical condition but still in the hospital.
You hear about it so much, but when it actually happens, like this close to home, it's like, wow, this is reality.
Students we spoke to say the fraternity didn't have the best reputation on campus.
Nothing's going to change if these guys don't face some serious punishment.
Despite the fraternity house being declared unsafe for human occupancy by the city of New Brunswick due to a number of building code violations, our camera spotted students on the premises Friday evening. Meantime, Rutgers University says it is fully cooperating with the investigation being led by the Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office and is in contact with the family of the student who has not yet been identified.
If you are concerned about a potential hazing incident here at Auburn, you can report the incident or reach out to someone via Auburn Student Affairs website.
Officers in Baltimore County, Maryland responded to a high school after an AI gun detection system detected a student had a weapon. But after detaining a group of students, they discovered that the gun was actually a bag of chips. The whole incident was captured on body camera. As Caroline Forback reports, county leaders are now calling for a review of that system.
Yes, you. Come here. Keep your hands on your head. Keep walking towards me.
With guns drawn, Baltimore County Police surrounded a group of students at Kenwood High School Monday night after the OmniAlert AI gun detection system warned school leaders that the student had a gun. Body camera footage shows police detaining all of those students and then searching one of them.
Do you have a gun on you?
No. What?
Do you have anything blue that looks like a gun?
No.
But the student never had a gun. Instead, what OmniAlert detected was a bag of chips.
Yeah. That's what I mean. That's what it looks like right here. It looks like that. Yeah.
After confirming there was no weapon, the Department of School Safety and Security reviewed and canceled the initial alert.
So basically the cameras around the system, they pick up on things that look like guns. I guess just the way you guys were eating chips, Doritos or whatever, it picked it up as a gun. That's all.
Officials with the school and OmniAlert said the system was working properly.
In this case, the program did what it was supposed to do, which was to signal an alert and for humans to take a look to find out if there was cause for concern in that moment.
But county leaders have called for its review, concerned the false alarm traumatized the students.
How did it come to be that we had police officers with guns drawn approaching a kid because of a bag of Doritos?
As police conclude their investigation, one of the responding officers is heard pointing out the system's faults.
AI is not the best.
The high school principal says counseling will be provided to the students who were involved in the incident and to any student who may need support.
A teen in Michigan is back at it this Halloween with a haunted house that not only brings the frights but makes a difference in the lives of other local kids. Brett Cass reports.
A nightmare for some kids is a dream for 13-year-old Jackson Amick.
So up here is where the fun starts.
Jackson says he's been collecting all things Halloween since age 3, and for the last few years has put on this display in his Royal Oak front yard.
Would you say it's your favorite holiday? Is it up there?
It's up there, yeah.
He has been a Halloween fanatic and had a huge passion for it since he was 3.
Jackson's dad, Tom, says the whole display takes them about a month to set up and was first put up in 2019, and this year, for the 3rd time, it's also a fundraiser for an important cause.
We thought a couple years ago we would combine his passion for Halloween with helping kids with cancer.
5 years ago, Jackson was diagnosed with leukemia and underwent chemo treatment at Corwell Royal Oak. He's been cancer-free since 2022, but has used this haunted display to raise money to buy special chemo shirts for kids at both Corwell and DMC Children's Hospital in Detroit.
A chemo shirt pretty much unzips from here, and you can pull the flap down, and that way you don't have to disrobe for them to access your port to get chemo treatment.
We first covered Jackson's haunted house in 2023, where word spread fast, helping Jackson raise over $4,000, delivering dozens of shirts himself.
We had people from Livonia, Brighton, St. Clair Shores who came out to either travel through the haunt, buy shirts, or simply make a donation. So it was a wonderful result.
Wait, what's that noise? Go check it out, run!
This year it's the same mission but with new additions, like this custom-made creature designed by Jackson and his friends and made just for him as part of his wish from Make-A-Wish.
This is yours only, right?
Yeah, this is, nobody else has this.
As screams turn to smiles, J.A. Haunts continues its mission once again.
Both his passion can turn into something rewarding for kids who are going through exactly what he went through.
Very frightening and a great way to raise money for a good cause. When we come back, you'll get a political update with Jalen Walker on Eye on the Hill. You're watching Eagle Eye News at 6.
It's been a busy week in Washington. I'm Jalen Walker with tonight's Eye on the Hill. Last week, the White House East Wing, which held the office of the First Lady, and the Jackie Kennedy Rose Garden were both demolished to make way for President Trump's planned state ballroom project. This comes as months earlier, President Trump said that the ballroom project, quote, won't interfere with the current building. The total cost for the project ranges from $200 to $300 million, being privately funded by President Trump and other donors. Connecticut Senator Richard Blumenthal said in remarks that his, quote, stomach turns when I see the destruction of an iconic treasure. We're into day 26 of the federal government shutdown with no end in sight. The Senate has voted 13 times to try to fund the government, but hasn't been able to clear the 60-vote filibuster threshold. Some Republicans, such as House Representative Chip Roy, have floated changing Senate rules to pass a continuing resolution, but Senate Republicans have largely dismissed this effort.
Our view as Democrats
Democratic
is that we
leader
want to sit
Hakeem
down with
Jeffries
anyone,
has said
anytime,
that
any
Democrats
place, either
will,
at the
quote,
Capitol.
sit down with anyone, anywhere to restart negotiations. The Trump administration has also warned that 42 million Americans could lose access to SNAP benefits in November without passing a funding bill. Next week, voters will head back to the polls in a few states to vote on their future elected leaders. In Virginia, current Lieutenant Governor Winston Earl Sears will look to keep the governor's mansion in GOP control as she goes up against former House Representative Abigail Spanberger. Spanberger currently leads in polling. In New Jersey, current House Representative Mikey Sherrill will go up against 2021 GOP gubernatorial nominee Jack Ciattarelli for the right to replace term-limited Democratic Governor Phil Murphy. And in New York City, Democratic candidate and the racist frontrunner Zoran Mamdani will look to become the next mayor of New York, along with Republican nominee Curtis Sliwa and former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. Current Mayor Eric Adams dropped out of the race and endorsed Cuomo. Finally, a number of states have taken steps in the redistricting battle in advance of the midterms. In North Carolina, the GOP-controlled state legislature passed a new map that makes a Democratic district held by Representative Don Davis more Republican favored, giving the Republicans an 11-3 advantage over the Democrats in the state delegation. In Indiana, Republican Governor Mike Braun called a special session of its state legislature to redraw its maps, but state legislators have soured on redistricting. Currently, the maps favor the GOP 7-2, but a redraw could net the GOP 1 or 2 seats. And in California, voters will head to the polls next week to see if the Democrats will be allowed to redraw their maps to net the Democrats 5 congressional seats. Opponents, like former California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger, say that both Democrats and Republicans are looking to, quote, out-cheat each other in redistricting. And that is all I have for you tonight. When we come back, you'll get a business and consumer update from Lucy and Bryce. I'm Jalen Walker with Eye on the Hill. Eagle Eye News TV. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. Nearly 5 million pounds of Hormel frozen chicken had been deemed unsafe to eat. The company announced a recall, saying the products might be contaminated with small pieces of metal, according to the Department of Agriculture. So far, there's been no word of any related injuries. Among the items affected by the recall, 3.9-pound cases of Hormel fire-braised all-natural boneless chicken thigh meat and 13.8-pound cases containing 3-ounce Hormel fire-braised meats all-natural boneless meat chicken breast. Anyone seeking additional information can go to the Hormel Foods website.
On Saturday, President Donald Trump announced he is raising tariffs on Canada by another 10% over current levels. The president's decision comes after Ottawa aired a television ad that quotes former President Ronald Reagan speaking about tariffs. The ad quotes Reagan, who said tariffs hurt every American worker and consumer and triggers fierce trade wars. A spokesperson for the Reagan Presidential Library says the ad misrepresents the former president's words. Trump railed against the ad and called it fake. He called on Canadian leaders to remove the ad immediately, but Ontario's Premier Doug Ford said he will wait until Monday to pause the ad campaign. The ad is expected to run during the World Series over the weekend. Baseball's Fall Classic this year is notably between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays.
Just in time for the upcoming holiday season, your Amazon Prime account can save you some money at the gas pump. Amazon has announced Prime members will now be able to get 25 cents off every gallon of gas at participating BP, Amoco, and AM/PM stations. The offer runs through December 26th, but is only good on Fridays. In order to redeem the perk, you need to get a free Earnify account and link it to your Amazon account. But don't worry if you miss out. Prime members will still be able to get their normal 10 cents off a gallon once their promotional period ends.
We're out of time, but for more Auburn news, head over to our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, and check it out on our social media pages. I'm Lucy Chapman.
And I'm Bryce Cothern. Thank you for watching, and War Eagle.